Well, hello there, dearest RGL friends, family, everyone around the world. I am your Retro Gaming Idol once again, and here we are, back with Rando Monday. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these proper as the actual host of it. I know we took a couple weeks off. I wanted to let you all know that we were still thinking about you, and we are also, like, taking care of ourselves both physically and mentally. And that's why a small break was needed, but I'll be here for you for at least the next couple weeks, and then we'll figure out where we're going from there, okay? So yeah. I did the random thing, which is the rando thing you should do, and I chose at completely random the game we were going to play today, and welcome to PK Scramble, friends. This is a normal flag set that I do. This is 6 sanctuaries, meaning I need to beat 6 of the 8 dungeons in order to win. And we're gonna just vibe for a bit. Because, you know, that's kind of what I need in my life right now. I need less chaos, more vibing. And I also need to mute the music. I'm gonna hear that for 4 hours. Alright. So yeah, these are my normal flags. The XP and money is boosted, so we don't have to worry about any of that. I focus on exploration over combat, so encounter rate is definitely nowhere near where it normally is, which is really thick. So yeah, we're gonna have an excellent time. Let's get everything named, shall we? Always pick mono. Strawberry flavor. All of these are like black and white except for strawberry. I wasn't thinking about names today, weirdly enough. I guess we do the thing, huh? I guess we do the thing. This one's a hard one to name. I think I'm gonna, like, take the easy way out, though. The dog is referenced at most, like, once. And it's me, so there can only be one answer to this one. Alright, so I have a pad of paper in front of me, a pad of digital paper, mind you, because let's go ahead and save the paper, of places that are going to be in this particular game in which I shop at. If you see me stop at a location, that means I am making a note of what and where those items and locations are for items to come back and buy later. So yeah, that's really it. Remember to take your hydrate break real quick, because we're going to be here for a couple hours. And hope we don't get trolled. Because, you know, that kind of happens in randomizer sometimes. Hey Kaka, how you doing? Good to see Mob Goblin too. all the regular friends today as we venture forth into the random unknown in 3, 2, 1. Alright, what's my start looking like? We're starting in nut. Start in nut. I haven't had one of these in quite a long time. What else we got? Where's it? Kind of free early game, holy crap. So we are looking for 6 of the 8 dungeons. A lot of stuff is randomized, looks, sounds. The enemies are all randomized, all that fun stuff. Yogurt dispenser is a character check. So that's a really early game character check, so that's good. And we are going to see what the arcade looks like real quick. And probably sell the baseball cap for money. Brainstone. The Brainstone is an extremely early game sellable to where you can actually get a little bit of starting money to work with. Brain Scrambler. The Coin of Silence. Okay, I'm gonna be taking note of that. That's left. Okay. So we'll be coming back for those for later probably, because that's a pretty decent accessory item for defenses. Toothbrushes are always important for the end game, and peanut cheese bars are the best early game heal. $22 gets you about 100 HP, so it's actually pretty massive. So Earthbound itself is a lot of fun. There is more of an emphasis on inventory management though, especially with not as many characters in your arsenal, so something to keep in mind. That's Capsule. That is Boogie Tent and Guardian General. Okay, those are kind of scary. By myself, anyway. Kraken Soup. Ooh, magic puddings and truffles? Wow, okay, oh, that's kind of loaded. I'm glad I checked those. The shield killer is 100% money. So we got a good amount of resources to start off with. But we saw that we have Tucson open, which means we have the ability to make money in progression there by giving Apple Kid some stuff. It's gonna take most of our resources to do so though. Yeah, almost all of it. I might have some fruit juice or something. A cup of coffee is good. So yeah, we're gonna use up most of our starting money here, but that's fine. We are going to give Apple Kid some food, and more importantly, a little bit of starting money so he can give us an item that is for progression. Which, you know, progression is really important. We are rather broke this early game, so I'm going to be doing this trick here. You can do this in vanilla. All you do is walk up to this guy and spam talk him a bunch. You can do that easily with the L button, because the L button is your secondary confirm. And you get $50 for free, just by annoying the crap out of him. I recommend doing that for the simple fact that, like, early game, your money is really valuable, so if you have Tucson open, that's absolutely a thing you can do. We are going to go ahead and head upstairs and shop check a little bit here. I do not plan on making purchases right now. Has a lot of early game stuff. Freeze, right? I guess I'll write that down. A freeze ray would be a reusable item for Jeff that will let us use PK freeze infinitely, so that'll be kind of useful. Against a lot of bosses anyways, because I don't have shuffle resistances on or anything. There is not a lot of good stuff going on right now in these shops. This is as early game of a start as you can get. So I have it called Shop Sanity 2. This is a special flag set that will let you have 2 items that don't normally belong in the same tier per shop. Meaning, you can find some really nice stuff early on like that freeze ray, which obviously we can't afford quite yet, but we can come back for the money later. Because I took note of that, so I won't forget, because oh yeah, look at this. Pink river, blue ground, white sidewalks, trans rights, baby, let's go. This is a very, very progressive and friendly Tucson, and I love it. Alright, on to Apple Kid's house, who we need to give money to. Hey buddy, what do you got in your little trash can? Speed capsule! Now we're all hyper. Alright, we gave him all of our money for the most part. We're broke as heck. The one time where this particular item check is worth it time-wise. So we're gonna go down here a bit and pick up a treasure box. In regards to item checks... Where's Crystal? Okay. Item checks will be a 5% chance of being something really good and out of tier. I do that to make items incentivized and worth looking at. Because normally you would skip item boxes after a certain point because you'll be like fully loaded and stuff, but it incentivizes a lot of early checks, so. Hey buddy. That is pretty vanilla. It's in the same shopping section. Got a Titanic ant there. And we got Threed open, which is our next city, so we can go ahead and head on in there while we're at it, which is a... What the hell are you doing here? Free character check. Ant's gonna go bite people. Classic. So skill trees are things that level up over time that let you do all sorts of silly things. They added that in as sort of like a character progression for combat. As we free the runway 5 here. Just hold down the Y button, because the Y button is not only your walk button in this instance, since we reverse the run button. It is also your spam through text as fast as possible button, so we're going to be holding that quite a bit. We are going to get ourselves an early ride to Threed. First character check too. At 8 minutes, not bad. It'll be like 10 by the time we get there, but yeah. So this opens up Desert. This also opens up one character check. This will also let us set up for later because a couple bosses are on the way here. Some of which are also progression locked. So we're just gonna kind of vibe here for a little bit. It's a weapon. Hi. Speaking of dearest friends of the show, our primary lead for Random Monday today has graced us with his presence, and we are very happy about that. It's good to see you, Weapon. Hope you are doing well, friend. Hope to see you again soon. Enjoy the show tonight as I take you all through Crazy Land. You know, I'm sitting here with this Seattle Kraken cup. And I don't like the Kraken, but I love the fact this thing keeps my drinks cold for 24 hours. You are taking care of yourself first, and that's the most important thing. I am very happy you're here tonight. Alright, so shop checks, and then we'll go ahead and get the party rolling on the character check. That is a lot of nothing. I thought about one day for PK Scramble going ahead and shuffling the items to where we would have, you know, potentially cool stuff and like options for like new items, new equipment, stuff like that, but I am way too much of a coward to do that. Let the child run the bakery, I don't know. Random sprites. A Gaia beam, holy cow. I'm writing that down. That is the strongest single target for Jeff in the game for a regular attack, so we're gonna write that down. Right. That is huge. Also pizzas, that's actually also worth writing down because that's a pretty good healing item. It's not as good as the PCBs and it's more expensive, but yeah. Speaking of pizzas, grab the phone number real quick. That's a nice amount of starting money, holy crap. That either means 3 is really scary, or it means that is just a nice amount of starting money. Speaking of nice amounts of starting money, I'll take that upgrade. Okay, Ness is kind of a force right now. Actually, I want to write those down. Yeah. Okay. Anything you got there? Well, secret herbs are worth it. Okay. So, stuff for later, nothing really good now. Hi lady, how you doing? We're just randomly following this lady around. Nothing will possibly happen bad, right? Okay, never mind. It's just become scarier with $700 in a trash can? You better believe it, dude. Hey, buddy. Oh, J-Machine. Which means Boogie Tent check is now in play, which it's not Boogie Tent. Sign Banana. Okay, so everything's leaning towards Foresight right now. It kind of is randomized, sorta. Kinda, sorta. Just a little bit. I know I rolled this. So there's always a factor of, is this even randomized? The legendary quote from Weapon. I am going to save before I go check 10. Because there is a possibility of things not being pleasant. With a baseball bat, though, it should be okay, actually. Legendary quote from everyone. More importantly, we got our money back from spending it on Applicant already. Oh, joy! Oh, okay. I'm glad they added the forfeit option on to save time there. I Alright, 3 is actually legit terrifying, and we need to get the hell out of here real fast. Good gravy. We are retreating to safety now. Retreating to safety. Nothing will go wrong anymore, right? Yeah. Another freeze, right? Huh. But yeah, I had my dinner before stream for a change, and I got myself some Potbelly sandwich shop. Good stuff. Probably some of the best sandwiches I've ever had, honestly. Yeah, the guy actually does sell things. Only thing I really care about right now is toothbrushes. Smile, because we're gonna do that towards the final boss. Because that's how we meme around here. But that guy does sell some okay stuff in vanilla for like where he's at in the game. Alright, we're gonna hope we don't run into a lot of security robots here. With my encounter rate the way it is, we might run across 1 or 2 at most. Yes, memes. Toothbrushes are memes around here. And we have also gotten our trans rights message of the day because Tucson is very beautiful. Guts up, that's actually pretty good. Nerve ray. Can you cut that? Item. A paralysis item, so at least it gives him something to do while, you know, he's doing nothing. Free pizza, let's go. Okay, Captain Strong will be our first boss we can actually kill. What are you? 1 enemy 6, you're bomb then. Okay, this is a free seed, never mind. Oh, we got fire for free. Alright. Jeff's chilling now. I was hoping Jeff wasn't gonna be completely potato, but Jeff is good now, so it's fine. And we got me. Nice. What do you got for us? Meteorite piece. Okay, that doesn't do a lot right now. Wait. I have teleport anywhere on. Get out of here. Alright, so 3 characters in. Three characters in, and we can get a bunch of shops open if we go and do this boss. So let's do that. Bloop. The lights are off, nobody's home, except for somebody at the end of these stairs. No encounters, though. Interesting. The rat. Rat boss. Rat King from Turtles? I start with Starstorm and Rocket. It's a shame Rocket's in that slot, but okay. The department store is frightening, mostly because of Musicas, though. Yo, I get death eyes? Yes, please. Okay, our skills are free this seed. Holy hell. Yeah, Musicas are absolutely terrifying to fight, and there's a lot of them in here. Ooh, Saturn coins. This is where we start writing down a bunch of information for later. Let's see, freeze bombs aren't bad. Register. Let's see how much money we got from that fight before we go shopping at all. 2,000. Okay. I got about 2,000 to work with, which means I can buy enough for a ribbon. I can buy 2 coins. Let's see what else we got first. Big league bat. All that's nice stuff, and we can't really spend anything right now. Yeah, that's hot garbage. I already have my toothbrush vendor. You know what? You have Death Eyes and you have Star Storms. I'll buy a weapon for you right now. Yeah, screw it. We'll come back for the Saturn coins later, though. Those are going to be very valuable coming up. One of these days I'm going to randomize food. Make food actually worth checking today. Yeah, cheese bars. Tasty peanut cheese bars. I think there's some. We have a second nerve ray. I can offload that from us. Oh, we're selling the protractor too. Heck with that. Out of my inventory. Yeah. Alright, so we know our first sanctuary is going to be something that also gives us a key item, so we can go ahead and just run in there right now. There's also Moonside, but if Moonside is as terrifying as freaking Threed was, I don't want a piece of that right now. You don't want to break off a piece of that Kit Kat bar for sure. This might end up being free seed territory, I'm not sure yet. Having 3 characters right now is fantastic. The Night Pendants, okay, yeah. Night Pendants prevent flash, which can be a very dangerous skill that can auto-kill you, so having protection against that is massive. But don't mind the fact we're just randomly wandering through the sewers. Fine, worry about it. Can you actually hit something? Be great. Ohio messing with us here. Alright, Ness gets a lot of vitality by default, so I think I'm gonna take the extra speed here. Jeff can get speed too, because Jeff doesn't need IQ and randomizer, only in vanilla. So much chance from Ohio. It's not me. I just saw 1200 in that box. Oh boy. Okay, yeah, the road signs were kind of long, so I guess that's on track and not a fake flipper or anything. For a first dungeon, this, like, the enemies are kind of not squishy, so I'm actually curious about where this seed's actually taking me. Off to some foreign rabbit hole, I guess. Sword of Kings, okay, that's later. It's taking us places, yeah, sounds about right. Some of those places is apparently Ohio. And considering I graduated from Michigan, I'm not thrilled by that, but okay. Oh wait, there's one more chest here. 3 people are following your character. What's a teddy bear? Cute little innocent teddy bear. Nothing's gonna happen, right? Yeah. The teddy bear doesn't walk, it just vibes. Okay, this is dungeon 4 for our first one. Oh boy. Oh boy! It gets even better than that. Oh jeez. Oh, that's one dead teddy bear in the making of this adventure. We're gonna throw that. Alright, one more shield charge. Ow! Actually, that's not gonna happen in time. No, we're just straight up dead, honestly. How did, like, both of them die, though? That's my question. Ow. God bless, this seat's nuts. Probably like that. I mean, you know, that's just kind of crazy. Well, we lost our quartz crystals, so we're going to get those back. Or not, because they're not that good. We found out quartz crystal is just like PK waves, so it's not that great. We have done that. I know where we can go also to get power-ups from, so that's not the only dungeon ahead of us. The fact that it's dungeon 4 is also kind of stupid, too. Okay, we have toothbrushes we can... Here, take that. Here, go brush your teeth. We are going to be the dentists today, apparently. Make sure you say no to that prompt. So every boss right now is terrifying. Smile. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. Checking behind a random cafe shop will take us to literally the edge of eternity. Also, that cafe is also very trans-friendly. Smile. Okay. You're gonna go ahead and hop in here, talk to that guy, because that's a flag trigger for this story. You must talk to him in order to progress the plot. And with the herbs, I went inside. Oops. Okay, talk to that one. And gets us on the teleport loop, which will go ahead and give us some extra goodies here. I see what you did there. A free big league bat for extra money, since I think what I have now is better? Question mark? Never mind, it's an upgrade. Well, still extra money technically. PSI Caramel's nice. Everything in Moonside is not randomized but backwards, so no is yes, yes is no. I'm gonna say reversed, but yeah. I get annoying talking guy for a bit. Repel DXs are great, but not right now. So we're gonna go ahead and save real quick because we've been getting our butt kicked from everything imaginable, and we're just gonna go ahead and push on. Did you end up with Psychic Shield? Okay, when we get Psychic Shield AoE is when I'll go back to that boss. Hopefully not before. Alright, so this is Car Painter, so we can have a little bit less problems here, maybe, sort of. Hopefully. I don't know, this dude's kind of sucked already, so we're just gonna kind of push forward a little bit. Alright, we finally killed a boss. Cool beans. I will 100% take the HP. That's a character that needs it. So with that boss destroyed, we can actually just kind of vibe for a little bit and get another item check. Hey buddy, what do you got for us? Summers. Boop. And away he goes. That's not the item I'm looking for. It's that button. Alright, so options are kind of linear this seed, actually. Weirdly enough. But we now have enough money on us to go ahead and get some equipment upgrades. So I'm gonna back in here. At least get us some defensive upgrades, because there are Saturn coins available. Saturn coins only cost 1,000, but they are as good as a lot of different defensive items and will last you well through the game, so worth every bit of the investment. This will get our physical defenses in order. Not as much of an upgrade for Paula, but you know, upgrades for everyone else is good. Oh, we can sell a baseball bat, actually. And the freeze ray is a little bit less valuable because it's a fixed thing that doesn't evolve, as opposed to the skill, which will evolve over time to actually do better fire damage. And hopefully we're not going to get our butts kicked as bad now. We still have a couple more bosses to check, so we're definitely not stuck or anything. We're just like hard capped on dungeons at the moment. Alright, we should be able to just nuke these two to orbit. Move. Unless you're a beautiful UFO or something. You're cute. Okay, no, you're fine. Die already. Like, if it was a beautiful UFO, that's the upgraded UFO for the girl ones, I would be more fussed about these two, but I'm not now. This is where we were supposed to go earlier. And now bosses don't do damage to us, so whatever, I guess. There we go. So I probably wasn't supposed to come here first, but now we definitely have enough to deal with it. Thunder, or whatever the hell this is. I am curious on what that is. Springtail very hard. It's probably... Ant is all of a sudden a dinosaur. Could be AoE. We'll figure it out. If it's AoE, it's actually really good, because having a cleave skill is massive, but... Also, best song in the game right here. Oh, we gave it a cold. Let's go. Yeah, it's gonna have another vitality. His HP is more valuable than Gatsa's. That's a bad roll, but sure. That's in luck or two of the stats you don't really care about seeing. Also, pack of bubblegum is depressing. This seed is taking us in all sorts of ways that I don't care about. It does nothing for us now, but it's sending us down a hole that I don't really want to go down later. So we're gonna go up here, discover for ourselves, being the awesome kids that we are, that politicians suck. Who force us into doing things we don't want to do in order to escape accountability. So, you know, standard politician. Anyways. Moving on, we can actually go turn in the... What would normally be the wad of bills check is no longer because of... Paula being in the party right now. So we're gonna get something else. We've already seen the wad of bills, so... We're gonna go ahead and head on over to Berglund Park. Which, beating this boss will open up a lot of shop checks, which will potentially get us some good stuff. It also gets us the best item in the game, which is the for sale sign. $98 allows you to sell anything almost anywhere in the game. It is crazy good value, and I recommend it. Okay, you are not dangerous because you have already been directing us here. You're annoying because you're poisoning everybody, but... Poisoning is an annoying ass DOT. So... AoE MP drain? Okay, yeah, you can straight up die now. That's vile. I hate mana drain like that. None of these are good either. Jeez. Bad level up rolls for sure. J-Machine gets nausea breath. I love status effects in this game. They're all named hilariously. Can we cure poison? Yes, we can. There's been other seeds for different marathons where other people have had bad breath, so you know what? It's fine. Everyone gets a turn. Carrot Key does nothing for us right now. Yeah, you stole that roller. What are you talking about? I have been pleased by this action. Oh, hello there. Deep freeze ray. I like where that's. Do I have the money for that? That'd be amazing if I did. Saturn coins we've already seen before. The fry pan's not a critical upgrade right now. What do you got? The alien crystal is going to be a PK wave omega, if I remember right. So right. I am very curious how much money I have right now total, because I 100% want that freeze ray. That'll give us some pretty good value for Jeff for a while, honestly. Fire is good for AoE, but for single target, you absolutely 100% want the wonderful power of PK freeze or some other good stuff too. And oh, I have more than enough. Let's go. Last couple bosses paying off for sure. We can go ahead and rest real quick too. Having a little bit of extra money to restore MP and such is really nice. How's it going, Ant? Yeah, we're gonna go spend all that money we just got. Thanks for telling us about it, Dad. It was gone before you even said anything. Smile. Did I get the item from this? Oh yeah, it's the carrot key. Yeah, carrot key does nothing for us. We have a lot of items that are not doing anything for us in the immediate, which is kind of weird, but you know, it happens sometimes. By that, we have money. And then we definitely buy the freeze ray for Joe. That's the only thing I can really think of, unless the other shop up here. And bag straps and okay, brain food lunches are worth writing down. Brain food lunches are some of the best heal items in the game. They give you a bunch of mana back in addition to like almost, or if not almost, all of your HP back. So we're gonna go to Threed now. Threed because we have the UFO engine and we could potentially go beat up that diamond dog. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna give it one try right now, and then we're not gonna touch it for a while afterwards if we fail it. I don't like the sound of this, but like we have 3 characters now, so we should be able to handle this. Hopefully. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, I've seen Car Painter as a boss. I'm trying to keep track of the boss tracker, so... We're gonna nauseate the dog. Burp. J-Machine burps on the dog and just completely gets it poisoned. It's funny. Don't worry about it. It's great. Okay, that's a physical attack then. By the way, Ant, you have a dinosaur tail. Don't question it. The song didn't get to play. Oh well. Okay, more vitality for me. Jay gets vitality because IQ is useless on Jeff in there. The tent is down, and we get another item. What do we got? Endocrow. That's useless now too. It's useless, and it's an item in our inventory that cannot be removed out of our inventory until we get rid of it the only way we can. giving it to a bunch of people that actually enjoy it, which is something we'll do later. Trying not to go rest again, but sometimes it's a good idea. Like, speaking of resting being a good idea, I apparently, like, made the mistake of not setting my alarms today. And I was kinda late for work a little bit, because I slept 12 hours. So I'll have to back to work once I finish tonight's adventure here, so keeping busy during the week, that's for sure. Because we got the last couple of boss victories, though, we have the levels to potentially go take on things that are problematic to us now, including maybe the sewer boss again. So I'm not entirely willing to write that off right now. We need 6 sanctuaries. We only have 1 right now that we can access, but we have a lot of progression scaling kind of quickly, so I'm hopeful for the future. Hey, man. Someone incredibly special to me just messaged me and I didn't want to ignore that DM. Okay, let's continue. Alrighty. So Summers, and you get to hear Smiles and Tears earlier on. That's actually a pretty nice song. We already have a Sword of Kings. The rest of the stuff is useless. That shop is double the price of normal shops in the game, so don't buy there unless you absolutely have to. Also, another town that is very trans rights friendly. Let's go. We love it. Alright, heading on to this next area here. We have 1 boss to take that will get us to the south port. We'll check that in a second. We gotta do this part first. We call the Stoic Club. The Stoic Club is a really strange place here that will go ahead and let you talk to really weird people, which is really funny. Silver bracelets are okay. Also okay pendants, because those are a thing too. Nessa's inventory is always the inventory that seems to get clogged up first, so... Okay, pendant gives you a little bit of defense to worry about. I think that'll be all we can get from here. Oh. Got some okay upgrades there. Call the Stoic Club, it'll get you a reservation, you cannot get into the building without it. And away we go. We're gonna go ahead and expand our minds. The Stoic Club, again, lets you talk to some really funny individuals with a lot of things that they can just do for your brain in both philosophical and physical ways. And by physical ways, I mean talking to this lady who makes a thing called Magic Cake. Magic Cake is this crazy little food device that she makes. I say food device because you're about to find out why I call it a food device. Because she gives us leftovers. Tasty, tasty psychedelic leftovers. Saturn Valley. Interesting. And good news is she also becomes a shop for a little... Well, nothing good, but better than nothing. Sometimes she's a shop that's actually pretty worthwhile, but not in this scene, apparently. Our buddy Guillermo. Guillermo's gonna give us absolutely nothing. Straight up depression. At least he's selling the signature Summer's popsicles. That's a good thing. Speaking of good things, let's go ahead and smash this next boss and hope it's not Kraken. If you want to throw up a poll in the chat, or not a poll, but a prediction maybe, will we find the Seattle Kraken here? In fact, I can probably set that up real quick for the hexies of it. New prediction. And we're gonna leave that poll open for about 5 minutes, chat. So get your predictions in now. I don't think the next boss is Kraken, so you have a little bit of time to vote. If it is, it's gonna be the fastest prediction of all time, so we shall see. This is where the Kraken normally is. But today we have... it's Shroom, so get your predictions in now, chat. This is not the Kraken. This is a stupid, annoying mushroom. So we've been given the Saturn Valley teleport, and we have the meteorite piece, so that's also a check we're gonna go do after this. Come on, chat, bet those channel points. Yeah, you want to. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. There we go. That 6.9k. Okay, that's exactly the kind of votes that I want to see and laugh at. I probably should have put that up at the beginning of the scene, but I didn't think about it until just now, so. As I look at the Seattle Kraken Cup next to me. Again, I'm a Sharks girl, but yeah. If the Kraken get the playoffs instead of the Sharks, I don't know. I guess I'll be depressed, but I'll understand that one of them had to. Starstorm Omega, and we get one shot of it, so that's good for me, I guess. And J Machine burped all over everything. Gross. Makes a great sound though. 1 IQ. That is pretty obvious. Plus 2 IQ is a good roll, actually. When I read no, they missed playoffs. I am pleased you did that, Damron. Thank you. Come on, chat. Get some more channel points in there. Let's go. I want to see some good predictions. Big, strong, healthy ones. Don't save all your points for the, like, baseball stars too. Spend them here too, because they're gonna be back weekly now. So, well, someone will be probably. I have a convention coming up, and I have a friend coming in for a couple weeks. I'll be out for a little bit in early April. But speaking of being out for early April, towards the back end of April, we have Retrothon. Signups are closed now, but there are going to be a lot of good people coming in real soon, so don't want to miss that when we have it. And obviously, RandoMonday will be taking a break that week. Nothing good here. Scramble has a lot of good shops, though. Let's be real. A lot of good shops. There's usually some stuff worth checking here. Usually. Oh, baseball stars too, the great channel point spender. Wait, that a 10k just popped? Yeah, oh, it's a 10. Wow, someone's trying to farm. Let's go. Horn of Life is really... Wow, this is a good shop. We'll be grabbing some brain food lunches for the final rush, but not right now. Yeah, Randy Orton. The Viper himself. Everybody is selling brain food lunches. Very health conscious people. Wow. Platinum bands are big hot garbage. So platinum bands cost like 7k per. The thing is, like, the 3 most powerful bracelets in the game all cost less than that. And less than that by a large amount. So you know what? We don't buy those. The flame pendants aren't even that great either. Right. Oh, bracer kings? Okay, I'll write that down for... That's all for the shops right now. There's one more shop out here, though. Which I want to check before we teleport out. Okay, charm coins. Alright, that's massive. Okay, okay, game. You're kind of spoiling us now. We're gonna go ahead and move an item off of Ant here to give Jeff, because Jeff doesn't have much. J Machine holds stuff for later. The charm coin is more or less one of the best in the game. It's very not great for money. And as you saw, it only gave us like 3 defense from Saturn coins, so it's like, why didn't buy the last one, I guess. The last one is still kind of like a waste of money at that point. The souvenir coin is the best item in the game for that slot, so... We're gonna get out of here, go to Saturn Valley next. A lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. And let's just say we're gonna find something of use, including a very squished font there. Saturn Valley is usually pretty good, but having Meteorite Piece first is interesting. I probably should have done that before, but whatever, I guess. So now we have to go sleep again. The bag of Fragonite will let us turn into a dragon for a turn and do immense damage. Nervous Field is the nerve rate upgrade, that's AoE paralysis. The IQ capsule will be given to our mage. Let's check the shops real quick. So Saturn Valley shop, when you are in go mode, will give you 3 shops instead of 2, so something to keep in mind for coming back later. Boing. Oh, okay, these are... Wait. Non-sticks? Okay. Oh, we love a good fart noise when we shop. That's great. Just the Saturn flatulence, apparently. That's their baseball team. I don't know what else to say about that. I really don't. We're gonna hop in here, get ourselves a psychic check that can be a teleport, or it could potentially be a skill for the character we don't have in this party. Okay, speaking of that. There's one item in here we can grab. Check the broken one, get yourself a nice heal item. The Cup of Life Noodle Ramen is incredible for revives. It is a 100% revive chance as opposed to an herb, which is only like X% instead of 100. We are going to immediately go to Dalam. Dalam is a character check. We have Parrot Key and it gets us a dungeon, so we can actually just straight up go right in there after we do this. If this is the 4th character, then we can go ahead and just have a full party and be, excuse me, good on character checks for a while. It is the 4th character. It is Kong Cakes, and that is a full party. We still have not found the Kraken, though. We have items for you, actually. Yeah, right. Oh, no. So, in this game, Jeff and Pooh do come with 1 item each. The eraser and the pack of bubblegum we got earlier is telling us that we need to go ahead and cross winters later, which sucks. That is such a thing I did not want to find at all, but you know what? Here we are. Sudden Guts pill doesn't matter. The Horn of Life is good. That is a full heal for us. There's a lot of good Dalam shops here that nobody really ever uses, so we're gonna go ahead and check these out. In vanilla, this is the only place to get the brain food lunch, but we have those literally everywhere this seed, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the rest of them. And by shops, I mean items. There is only 1 shop here. That is $120, that's not good. This might be Dungeon 1 if that holds true. That is one of your random starting location spawns. That's useless to check. PSI caramels are nice. That's a little shot of MP just in case. Hi, what do you got for us? The deep freeze ray, that's crazy. So you have brain food lunches too. Everybody is just really health conscious this seed. It's fine, don't worry about it. We're gonna do a little bit of menuing here. The reason why we're doing this menuing is we're going to move the deep freeze ray to the 1st slot in our inventory, so it's easier for us to access later. Once we do this menuing, it will let us immediately just go right into the menu and immediately cast it from the front instead of having to scroll to it every time. It saves a lot of menuing later. Okay, now the game's just giving them to us. Rip's the one I bought, I guess. As for the dirty socks, gross. Let's get ourselves +1 inventory. And we'll go in there in a moment. Hi. This will also be a psychic check of some sort, either another location or it will be an like a skill for concave. One of the two. We know it's not Starstorm though, so it'll be a different psychic skill instead. Actually, no, I don't think it can be now. It has to be something else that hasn't been rolled yet. This guy is a jerk because he's a giant time waste and he just takes all your body parts and kills Kong. Oh my god, they killed Kong! You bastards! Just kidding, he's perfectly fine. And we get a teleport to somewhere we didn't have access to before, so that is also good because that opens up a dungeon shack. We are still looking for 6 of the 8 dungeons in the game, and we have access to 3 now. $2,400. I don't know what to say to that. We have 4 party members though, that's the good news in this, but 2,400 is either a really bad scary troll or it is actually going to be what we fight here. Oh, this is Dungeon 6. It's completely on par. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, we already got stars. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Okay, 200 to that? Okay, we one-shot it. Cool. I didn't see what the other stat was. I kind of just clicked through it. Whoops. Don't tell me what it was. I don't want to be disappointed. Kong can get growl and lunge forward. I mean, growling and lunging forward is what happens when you find yourself some bourbon chicken, am I right? That is actually our first dungeon at 1:06. We're behind pace by quite a bit for PK Scramble seeds, but these flags are kind of wild. So we're just gonna kind of chill, I guess. There is one more item box in here we'll go ahead and check before we leave, though. Good old bourbon chicken. I haven't made that reference in a long time, so, you know, I felt it was time for bringing it back just for the funsies of it. Alright, we know the character check is not good, but we also know that the item that comes from the character check can be good. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick. That is Mondomol. Eye pendants, I'm half tempted on doing. Eh. Check shops real quick since we're here already. Platinum band, waste of time, waste of money. Horns of Life are about the best thing you can get out of that. That is all the freaking references you can ever want in that. Alright. Shop check. The hell are you? Okay. When you see crystal enemies, that can be some scary stuff. I can tell you that right now, so it's good to know ahead of time. You can growl and lunge forward. Roar. And you can't really nauseate a robot, so... Roar. Okay, so we got the ability to paralyze on that skill, so, you know, that's actually really solid. And deep freeze ray for free. I was hoping we were going to see scary stuff here, and thankfully we didn't. I get a little apprehensive whenever I see crystal enemies. Because there is some really nightmarish stuff that shows up at random in crystal enemies. Register your meme, please. Okay, we have the best meme in all time, which is the Little Caesars meme. Pizza, pizza. Up, up, up. You only ever see that twice in a game. Ooh, Flying Man. The Hawkeye can be useful for later. We may or may not come back for Flying Man. I don't know. No, I don't want to join Happyism. I don't feel like blue. Oh god! Oh god. No, 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 no. No, no. Murder, murder, murder. Oh god, no. Oh. You can't show me stuff like that, game, without getting me completely terrified. Come on. those enemies can do all sorts of awful things to you, like literally stone you, which, you know, Diamond Eyes is basically like petrify in this game. Takes your character out of combat 100% if you get all 4 characters. That way it's game over. You don't want to see stuff like that thrown at you randomly. It's absolutely terrifying. So, yeah. Meanwhile, now that I can breathe again, we're gonna go ahead and go in this dungeon. Breathing is generally a good thing. I'm gonna throw that out there for you all right now, chat. Just saying. It's a very blue cave. Very, very blue. Blue, blue, blue. It makes sense because the cult is literally the cult of the blue. Blue, 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 blue. That is not terrifying, right? Pitbull slugs? That kind of sucks. Pitbull slugs can hit kind of hard physically, and they can attack with magic after a few rounds, but, you know, if you have the AoE to deal with it, don't deal with it. Which I kinda do this party. Kinda. Because, like, J Machine can cough fire, so, you know. We have the AoE for that kind of stuff, so I'm kind of a little less worried about things. A little. I have seen things I don't want to see already in this area, so yeah, it's kind of rough. This won't be Dungeon 6, and this will not be Dungeon 4, or whatever this is. It's Dungeon 5 instead! But it's Vanilla Mondo Mole, which means the one outside was Guardian Mole. Alright, sure. Flashing lights warning, by the way. It's seizure-rific, but it's the most strong thing in the game for most of the battles you fight, so, you know, we're just gonna kind of do that. Now, Paula actually got some decent vitality this game, ironically. She's normally, like, super squishy and, like, very mana-heavy, like a Black Mage would be in, like, Final Fantasy games. So, you know. Keep your Black Mage safe and away from combat. And they do wonderful amounts of work for you otherwise. We can definitely take down the sewer boss now, for sure. Because if we can take down Dungeon 6, this was Dungeon 4 if I remember right, so this is less of a problem. Okay, so we fought Master Barf. We also have seen Diamond Dog. Trying to catch up on bosses here because I haven't been paying attention for the purposes of keeping them on my tracker. We've seen Titanic Ant already. We just I think we dealt with Nessa's Nightmare too, actually. It's either that or that's what's down here. I forget which. Can we cast AoE Shield yet? Yes, we can. Cool. We have also seen Guardian General and Boogie Tent, because that was a no-no. Good news is we don't have to check items down here, because we already... What the hell are you? Musicas. Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. I don't need that experience point mess. Musicas are really annoying because they can sleep you and they can spam thunder, so yeah. Actually, guitars are dangerous in this game. Clocks are just stupid. They have higher defense for some reason and they just hit you a couple times in a row. It's not anything mortally dangerous or anything, it's just kind of annoying. Okay, this was what we were looking for. We have the physical attack power this time at least. That's a good news. Growl and lunge forward. Roar. Okay, now we can just kind of vibe. We have the ability to deal with this boss now, so I'm not really scared of it. I'm just more amused by the fact I'm seeing, like, Kong growl and lunge forward. I don't know if I can poison it. Oh yeah, you can totally poison it. Nice. So you got Ant in the dinosaur tail, you've got me staring at things, you've got J Machine burping nausea vomit all over stuff. This party is great. And he also J costs fire, and then you just have Kong like attack animaling things. This is like the best party ever, let's be real. Oh god. I love this game and how silly it is. Alright, so that gets us another dungeon, and also there is a key item here we can get from this, so this was actually a good dungeon to get. It has been an hour plus since we've started, so make sure you hydrate. Hydrating is good for you. I don't want that, but I'm gonna take it and be really depressed you gave it to me. I hate Monkey Invitation. Monkeys are this annoying dungeon where you have to free up a bunch of inventory slots to go and give them a bunch of loot to make them move, and it's really annoying. Unfortunately, it's one of my last options for going to places right now, too, so... How does that phrase go? Disappointed! Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, we killed Shroom, too. That's another thing that's off the list. In order to get to the desert to check these next two things, I'm gonna just walk there. Because, you know, exercising is good for you sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean pretty often, so make sure you get up and get out of the house, too. Don't be like me, stuck inside playing Warcraft all day, smile. By the way, that's the reason you haven't seen me on all that much. That and my voice hasn't been all that great, so... Been trying not to, like, speak outwards too much. So hopefully we don't have a 3-hour seed here. By the speed at which the seed's going right now, though, I don't think it's going to be a full 3 hours. Okay, $400 means this should have come here a lot earlier. How much space we have right now? Horrors? Okay. My for sale sign. I know I bought it, fam. I know I bought it somewhere. Here it is. I know I'm not that crazy. There's a chance of the person you try to summon with the for sale sign getting lost. That's apparently what happened here. And they end up yelling at you too and just wasting your time in text. You are that crazy? Okay, good to know. Smile. The police badge will send us back to Nuts. Wait, what the hell did you just say was in here? 5 elementals. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think that based off the boss list that we have left, it's gonna be Thunder and Storm probably. So 5 of those. I would like you, game, to get the person you were trying to send me over here. No, you need to not get lost. That's not on me, dude. And we can make some room here. We don't need the spare deep freeze, right? Deep freezer. Extra. That's a large chunk of extra money too. We don't need the nerve ray because we have the nervous feet. I'm just trying to free up inventory slots for monkey invitations. Why you see me just kind of doing this right now. We'll fix the sunstroke later. I think that's all we can really sell right now. That is going to get used up eventually. So we've seen the Kraken soup, we just haven't seen the Kraken yet, and we're not going to see it in this dungeon here, so... Move that over here. Get all our mana back again. Apparently the tracker I'm using is kind of bugged out because it's not showing monkey invitation as a check. Which it's supposed to. It's a progression check technically because there is an item at the end of it and also a spell you can learn. Oh geez, 80 XP? Okay, yeah, we're supposed to come here first. This was a very early game check. Oh, it's you. It's Electrospectre. Okay. It's not Thunder and Storm. And since this is an early game dungeon, we can literally just press button. We can probably just press auto attack here, honestly. Vitality capsule for you. You are the third strongest master of this whole. Haha, everyone's gonna fight over being the third. Let's go. Surely 4 of you are lying. 4 of you are traitors. We tried to figure out who the traitor was the last time, and I don't think anybody ever guessed, so. That's gonna be like one of life's greatest mysteries in that particular AP. Fine, Protractor. For the reference, if you are interested in playing randomizers with us, like Earthbound, we do host asyncs. Asyncs are archipelago games where you can play the games that you want to play without making other people play those games if they don't like them. There is a large, ever-growing list of games you can play randomized. If you would like to actually learn more about that, please come join our Discord. Our next async pool will be starting tomorrow. We can help you set up with that. So, community interactions. Come join us. Smile. As we literally just sit here and just talk about nothing because we're powering through all of those. Talking about the cool stuff instead of just like the, this happened stuff. There's literally nothing in this hole that has actually been remotely useful, so... This is just going to be a item check for the most part. Hippie! Kill the hippie! There you go. Yay, hippie killed. Woo! And a free thick frying pan. Huh. Alright, that's Electrospectre out of the pool. I'm glad that's been a lot of money, straight up. Like, money has universal value as opposed to items, which can be sold because they're useless. I don't know, teddy bears, smile. The thick fry pan can get sold too. Because you need 10 free slots total for Monkey Invitation. We do not have that right now. The Brain Scrambler is also kind of useless too. The upgraded version of Brain Scrambler is Party Scrambler, so if you see that and you want to keep it, go ahead, but otherwise the one is individually useless, so just sell. I should have probably equipped the Sword of Kings, just saying. That'll make those attack lunges even better. But this will be one of the forced pictures of the game. There's not too many of them in Randomizer, though. If you have the ability to just, like, PK teleport yourself through that, it's nice, but it's very, very narrow walkway to do that. Police badge. Alright, so... finding all this inventory is kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna give this to Kong, actually, not because I don't need MP, it's because Kong needs more MP for his Psychic Bottle Rocket. Because only be able to cast it once per fight is kind of unfortunate when you can have the potential of it missing. Ooh, more teddy bears to kill, let's go. I say this as a huge, like, plushie lover in real life. But teddy bears in this game are atrocious. They take up so much inventory. Oh no, you used up that. We should totally just use up this cookie here. Hooray. Inventory +1. Inventory management is critical in Earthbound as opposed to other randomizers, where it's a little bit less problematic. Like, another game that's in my personal arsenal is Chrono Trigger at the time, and their inventory management's not a problem with that. There is one more item box out here, and it's over here. Oh no! Now we have to feed you something. Oh no! Bye egg. Peanut cheese bars are good though. Tasty. Really useful. Oh no, more people have stuff that we need to eat things out of our inventory for. Oh no. Oh, you had a food modifier in your inventory. I don't remember what it was, but that's +2 inventory. What should we have now? 8. We need. Ant can have a boiled egg. No tasty stuff. Okay, we're gonna throw the toothbrush out because we have the ability to buy those. So that's gonna be for our meme later. So that'll be our 10 slots for inventory. Oh yeah, you have no weapon. That's actually kind of funny. We know where the Gaia beam is, so I'm not really worried about buying it. And Jay a weapon right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop open Monkey Cave list. So we need a, let's see, a Lucky Sandwich to start, because that takes the place of the Skip Sandwich at the front of the inventory. Gonna grab a picnic lunch. We need, let's see, I think it's 2 pizzas. Two pizzas and 1 wet towel. We need a ruler. And we need 3 hamburgers. I think we're... Oh yeah, the protein drink too. We need one. Okay, now we're good. Alright, time to get this monkey invitation out of our inventory for a +1 slot, and then we will exchange a bunch of stuff that we have. Yeah, I'm cool. I know I'm cool. You're cool too. You're cool too, chat. You're cool. Towel, that's a return item. Protein drink, return item. A lot of these items are going to be dupes for you. Come back to that later. It's just good to come up in here with grabbing those items already in your inventory and then just getting rid of them, and then you can just toss the leftover ones that you get. Because you're not guaranteed items that are relevant to this place in here. Not in randomizer anyways. Fresh egg we come back for later. Measure your own tail and get out of my way, more importantly. The king banana is what we need to get the important item out of here. We come back for the fresh egg later. You've died and gone to monkey heaven. Ow. The hell's all this mess? Oh! I know. The souvenir coin. That's probably on par with this place, actually. Not actually something that is lesser. I am going to steal that for Ant. Souvenir coin is the best in slot, as I mentioned previously. Luxury jerky. Okay, yeah, there's some endgame heal items right there. I don't have the pencil eraser. I have the eraser. Okay, that's why I can't complete this right now, but we've cleared it out, so that's less of a problem later. I was pretty curious as to the why nothing made sense coming in here right now, and that's apparently the reason why, but it's not a wasted trip as mentioned. Because we can pre-clear this. Pizza Kong. Oh. Sure, have those. It's been in my inventory the entire day. Enjoy stale pizza. Here's our fresh egg person, so we gotta run this really quick. So how fresh eggs work in this game is when you grab one in your inventory, after a couple minutes of real time, they hatch. When they hatch, they cannot be given to this monkey to clear him out of the way, so we need to do this as fast as possible. Which, thankfully, unless you're moving at, like, the pace of a snail, you can get to here before it expires. Here you go, buddy. Here's your fresh egg. Get out of my way. Magic truffle. Okay, so the items in here were okay, actually. And we've pre-cleared the dungeon for where we come back later. We can just spam straight through it, but we're gonna still need 2 hamburgers for getting through that, so we can't unload everything we just got. So once we get out of this cave here, we need to go to the only place we can possibly go left, which would be grabbing you, and then going to go police badge. The scene is actually kind of linear now that we're looking at it. We're going to save real quick because we do not know who this boss is. I didn't pre-check this later, so, you know. Is it going to be our Seattle Kraken? Are they making the playoffs in the seed? I don't know. They are! That is the end of that prediction. So, whoever bet yes just scored pretty big. Huge. Who won that? Whoever just bet like 10 channel points just literally farmed Amron. Congratulations to Iggy. GG's. 10 channel points, just cashed out big. So hopefully the Kraken won't make the playoffs, because that'll mean my Sharks won't. That'll be very, very sad. About as sad as Jeff not having a weapon still. I should go buy that Gaia ring some drowning in money now. Gaia ring, Gaia gun, whatever. Gaga, gaga, yigo. You only fight 4 of them, the last one is a coward. So good news, we're getting this out of the way real quick. Woohoo! This gets us a few checks up north too, so hooray. But more importantly, we got a really annoying boss out of the way that was actually kind of free, so that's good news for all of us. I saw that caveman there and I was like, let's take our opportunity here to use storage actually. And eat some tacos. Mom's tacos are not as good as my tacos because my tacos are really, really tasty. If I am ever cooking for a marathon get together or something, I'll make tacos for us and great. So we don't need the charm coin. I don't think we need better, but I think we have better. Trying to free up a couple inventory on people if we can. If we can. Some things are just going to be more important than others. Okay, those can be eat. No, I don't want to eat 2 hammer. We're okay for speed capsule. We're gonna give all our remaining speed capsules to Paulus, that way it can potentially rush a turn 1 psychic shield, like if we need to. Some bosses will need it, other bosses won't. I didn't see where that was, but I don't really care. We have 1 location / psychic check right here. That is redundant. Cup of life ramen. Hey buddy, go in your house now. Be back for that in a minute. The key to the shack. That's a dungeon check. That's a potentially easy dungeon check. Neat. So we're gonna go ahead, go downstairs, check out what his big find is, which is another location check / like spell check. Lost Underworld. Okay, that's actually kind of big. That is pretty big indeed. Gets us a nice shop check plus another dungeon check. So we're pretty grooving now, actually. Let's go dump this key and then we'll go ahead and go straight in there. Alright. Those are randomized sprites, by the way. They're supposed to be traveling musicians, but... Free flame pendant. So you can only grab the item checked from that person when you open the door, but before you go through the door. If you go through the door, they're gone. So, you know, free flame pendant. Hooray. Flame pendants are not as good as night pendants, though. But we will do that so we can have that for better heals. Because as you can see, once I go through the door, they are gonzo. And you cannot get that item, so. Don't rush through the door. And we were going to go ahead and rush through this door here. There are only 2 item boxes in this area. Well, 3 technically, but one's right in your way. 1700 is kind of a concern. But seeing their taxis in here, this is probably a dungeon 3... Maybe dungeon 7? Because we know 4, 5, and 6 are already out. Thirsty coil snake, gross. Kill him, kill him, kill him. So, handbag strap means J Machine can now hit people with a handbag. They took my purse! I don't know you! Oh, jeez. More references right there. But it's me, so you should expect those. Oh, jeez. Oh, goodness gracious. Yo, an Earth Pendant? Huge. We're giving that straight over to you, actually. We're not full, are we? We're not. Cool. You taking that. Earth Pendant will get us some nice protection against elements. It is the 3rd best in slot, the other 2 being C and Star. And we can give the now Night Pendant to Jeff. And then we can sell the OK pendants in a little bit for a couple extra spaces. Me personally, I only buy silver bracelets or I buy one of the top 3 because they're all cheaper than like a couple thousand. I didn't see which one this was, but I also don't care. Because we're just gonna blow this whole place up. And free boss. Can always use more HP. Trillion Edge Sprout is a pretty free one, honestly. Guess their 4th dungeon. So our first dungeon was an hour 6 in, and our 4th dungeon is an hour 49 in. So we're actually on pace pretty well. We only need 1 more dungeon after this because we have access to what would normally be dungeon 8. Which we can go check right now. This tend to crouch check, getting rid of this will actually let us trade key item for key item here. Kinda huge. And more importantly, save our game. There's our no problem here's. This is one of those places where you would actually want to keep your money on you before you come here, because this place will let you use an ATM, but it will cost you the same amount, so you'd be literally like losing a ton of money if you were to get your money from here. So bring all your money with you. With easy deaths on, you do not have to worry about losing it. So also, this is one of the few places where the for sale sign does not work. That's a big bat. Seeing that enemy there kind of just doesn't mean that this is going to be a problem here. But more importantly, we get the thing out of our inventory that we cannot normally do anything with. Teleport to Winters. That's a good thing. That's actually our go mode right there. So we need to kill this dungeon, and then we need to kill the next one. And then we're good. Let's sell the... The Hawkeye ended up being a complete misnomer, so... We do not need that at all, because we have our final 2 dungeons. Let's grab our save and get our butts in here. Anything good? Yo? The Moonbeam gun is the 2nd best in the game, and we're gonna go ahead and just keep that on him and not buy the Gaia Beam. Moonbeam gun is not that much of a downgrade, so... This is why you check chests, you know? And now that we have our items, I don't think we really need to check anything else. A Foppy? Here. You free experience magnet. Tasty. Oh, that's a really, really early game one. There's the Fobby with a B, and there's the Foppy with a P. One of them is a very early game find you would normally find in the, not the Stonehenge, but the Belch base in Saturn Valley. And that's what this one is. But the other ones are pretty nice too, because they can give you a ton of XP. This is Dungeon 1, and it was buried this far? Huh. Interesting. The little slimy pile has now been slain, and now we can just get on out of here. Okay, Dungeon 5. Dungeon 5 gives us Magicant access, which is considered an alternate win condition, but we are doing 6 Sanctuary, so... That is literally just a shop check to us, which we might as well make, honestly. This lets us dump a couple items for the last boss anyways. We never found the pencil eraser, which was pretty weird. We need the pack of bubblegum. Anything good in this shop real quick? If not, we'll just leave. Hi, you. I'll take those upgrades. we're pretty set, honestly. Did you have toothbrushes? Oh. Okay, we are almost set. We're going into the last boss of the game, which means I am about to grab toothbrushes. Because we are going to give our final boss the power of clean teeth, which we can buy toothbrushes and own it. And make honking sounds with our teleporting. I just now noticed that. Okay, so free inventory slot for everyone. Yo, Toad, thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome to Random Mondays. We are in go mode, and we are just vibing. How was your stream? How was Magic? I'm assuming it was Forge, but I will also not assume, because assuming things can be incredibly off. Toad, shoutouts to Toad, one of our lovely co-hosts for the big dance on Wednesdays, which is WODS Days, featuring Toad and Kavik, which, if you love Doom games, you'll love to hang out with us on Wednesdays. Alright, so we're in go mode, so we don't even need to talk to the lady for anything. $619. Shoutouts to Rey Mysterio. That's the good luck butterfly for this final assault. This seed wasn't that bad, actually. I love the pink trees, though. The pink trees are beautiful. Like, it's pinkish purple, and I absolutely adore that color combination. Hey, you. And everyone's favorite Earthbound mascots, the MS Paint Beast known as Tessie. If you have Tessie emotes, get those in chat right the heck now. And I will clean up the tracker for no apparent reason other than to click buttons. I don't need to use the tracker anymore. Good old MS Paint Beast. You are so beautiful. We love you so much. Thank you for gracing us with 45 seconds to take our hands off the controller and just relax and get cozy. We love you greatly, and we look forward to seeing you the next stream. And also the pink and purple water is also really... Bye, Tessie. So now we are in terrifying dungeon mode, because this is the last. And we've seen a lot of jank stuff early, so... Another nervous feel. Shoutouts to pink and purple being the dominant theme here too, because look at this dungeon. Bought my toothbrushes. We can, the vital capsule, good for you. This reminds me of the colors actually from when I was growing up. Very, very light pink and like kind of purpley. I will break items for that. I will break You know what? You don't need anything. Have a hamburger, Kong. Tasty. Oh, that is a old party man. Old bracelets. I don't need it. I don't need to spend the time menuing for that. No, free heal. We love our free heals. Thanks, Brick Road, the dungeon designer. If you use the pencil eraser and then talk to him, like just bypassing the whole dungeon, he just tells you to piss off. Actually pretty funny. Yeah, I'll toss in here for that. The life noodles are 100% revive chance. This is on the very off chance that this boss actually just trolls us. We're in a pretty good position here, honestly. That's our second. No. Oh, this is dungeon 3. Okay, this is free. No. We're giving the Money statue our power of clean teeth, and then we are done with this thing, so let's get started. Minty fresh breath. And it just straight up ignored all of them. Crazy. And there you go. That was a very underwhelming final boss. Would you not, Dad? I was literally just finishing. Crazy. And with that, Rainey's Circle is now finished. That will be time here in just a moment. Whiff of tacos. Let's go. 202.26. Yeah. The mines was the first check we were supposed to make. That's wild. Is this his natural progression right here of the seed? We were supposed to hold the Tentacraft for that entire game. That's crazy. We did things incredibly out of order here. There's no way in heck I was getting the tiny ruby. Not one chance. So we forged our own road through Destiny in this seed, because this is 100% a different path. It was Psychic Flash for the actual learn skill. I'm glad we didn't see any of those. It's a waste of time. As you can see by the times and levels we fought actually all of this, like we were 100% imbalanced. We got all 6 dungeons done in about an hour. What a weird seed. 246. Nice fast seed too. I really appreciate that. Not having to talk for like a super big amount of time is huge for me. Alright, so that will be the end of today's adventure, but let me tell you all about the weekly offerings we have right now. Because now with this show back in the rotation, we can go ahead and just give you the full menu. So stick around for this. Rando Mondays every Monday evening. I usually have a later start time than our normal host, our wonderful weapon that we have earlier in the chat, which normally it is a 4 p.m. Pacific start time. But I generally operate later. I usually start around 6 p.m. Pacific. A little bit earlier on the day as well for Wednesdays, we have Wadsdays with Toad and Kavik. That will be usually around a 6 p.m. Pacific start time, sometimes a little bit earlier. 5 somewhere, it's somewhere around there, yeah. Let's see, Saturdays we have Waffles, which is a collection of us staff members who get together and play games that you decide. That will be on Saturdays. The time of start is various depending on who is all there. So stick around the Discord for more information onto the start times for that one. Also hit the follow button and hit that bell to notify you that we are going live. Sundays, we have the wonderful Can You Hack It featuring a J Machine, and I'm there too sometimes. You'll see me on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays here generally, whenever I'm around. So, not only the Can You Hack It, we also have every other week, currently, is Dungeon Diving with MTI. MTI is a wonderful person that does all the diving of all those deep mapped dungeons. Like, if you ever play like Etrian Odyssey or something like that, those are the kind of dungeons that you will usually see him play. It's good stuff. Recommend that. Coming up marathon-wise, we have Retrothon in a few weeks, so the schedule for that is not posted yet, but we will get that out for you soon-ish. That will be in, let's see, a little over 4.5 weeks from now. So we got a lot of weeklies here until the next major marathon, but this is going to be our big marathon of the year, so a lot of days of content for you there. Don't you worry a single thing. We are going to take care of you from now with our weeklies until then, and then beyond that. I have been your Retro Gaming Idol. It has been an honor and pleasure as always, as we sit here and listen to smiles and tears. Shoutouts to Earthbound, who is currently almost done with their PK Scramble tournament. I think the finals are soonish, if not already gone on. They do a yearly PK Scramble and Ancient Cave and even a Boogie Percent, which, if you've ever played Earthbound before, Boogie Percent is where you play the game vanilla up until the Boogie Tent boss in Threed. So it's a very beginner-friendly one because it uses the vanilla game. And that's a good way to learn Earthbound. PK Scramble, there are very friendly beginner sets of randomizer flags for you. Ancient Cave for the same thing. If you love any sort of things like Lufia 2's Ancient Cave, anything like that, Earthbound's got you covered there too. I'm stalling for time until we get to where I consider the end screen. The end screen for me is when you talk to the phone and gather your information for your total time and stuff like that. And that'll be where I end it, so. Got a little bit more time until then. It's been a good adventure today. Like, I haven't had the chance to really roll to see what's, like, randomized, you know? One of the things I was gonna do for Random Mondays for a little bit was at the end of each session, we were gonna roll for our next one. I was kind of excited to introduce the element of randomness into what I play. This will, of course, be done for the times that I am doing episodes of this, and I know ahead of schedule that I'll be doing the next one. But we will spin the wheel here in just a little bit. My rando wheel is, like, smaller in stature than a lot of things, but actually I can add one more thing to mine right now. The wonderful pizza meme. I will add more randomizers to this wheel as I am able to learn more in better depth. I don't want to put a randomizer on the wheel and then spin it and then not know what the heck I'm doing and having a time where I can't complete it in a few hours. Because that wouldn't be fun for anyone, you know? Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. 112 for Lily. 105 for Pink. 246 in 0.00. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can. Let me find a new window cap. Give me a sec, I'll get the window open for you. There you go. Alright, fam. Let's spin the next one, shall we? I know I don't have a lot on this list, but we'll go ahead and just spin the wheel. I will not do back-to-back weeks of randomizers on my list, so that's why Earthbound's not here for the next one. Let's give this a spin, shall we? Alright. And that would be me making up for the fact that I had to dodge during the last marathon. So there we go. Next Rando Monday, you will see me doing SMRPG. I will go ahead and get other people into it if people are interested. If you would like to join our Rando Mondays, you can join our Discord, which will be for this link right here. And you can also join in our asyncs, which are going to be starting tomorrow night for the next async. So please feel free to come and join in if you love archipelago stuff. I will see you all back here on Saturday, probably. It has been a lovely time with you all. Make sure to join us for WOD's Day in between with Toad and Kavik. I will see you all coming up in a few days. Have a wonderful rest of your night, everyone.